little more time on my hands. What should we do? Things that happen in the Marvel Universe often start with a very talented group of people that are involved on the publishing side. That name up there, this character, most of what we're going to talk about for the rest of this panel would not be possible without the incredible work of Brian Michael Bendis, Michael Gaydos, and David Mack. Michael and David are actually in the house, and if they could stand up so that we could thank them for this incredible work. Right down here, guys. All right. Evidently, we're going to introduce some more folks to you. Starting out, every single show that we have, we need someone who can be our leader, give it a vision, and all I can tell you is, after reading the first script and then also watching the first episode, Brian Michael Bendis said to me, holy, and then a word I can't say because there's kids in the audience, I cannot believe what an amazing job Melissa Rosenberg has done. Ladies and gentlemen, our showrunner, Melissa Rosenberg. When you get to know her, you will absolutely fall in love with her. Erin Moriarty plays Hope. Again, another character you'll get to know, Ika Darville plays Malcolm. He's the law in Jessica Jones, or at least in our show. Will Travell plays Detective Will Simpson. And now I'm going to introduce somebody that you all know. She's a massive, massive star. We are so lucky that we got to lasso her down to earth to play a character that you do know in the Marvel Universe, but we have not revealed yet who she plays. And so today, another New York Comic-Con exclusive, Carrie-Anne Moss is playing Jerry Hogarth, the lawyer. In the 1950s, Marvel Comics diverted off into another land of making whatever was popular at the time, and believe it or not, having a comic that was called Patsy Walker made a lot of sense. I have to really hand it to Melissa and to the writers who brought that character into our present day, and that you are now going to get to know Trish Walker, played by Rachel Taylor. We did something a little different this time. And part of that had to do with the fact that when Brian told the story, there was no way to tell the story of Jessica Jones without also telling a little bit of the story of the man that she will someday fall in love with. You're going to get to see him in Jessica Jones. Mike Coulter plays Luke Cage. He's very strong and very handsome. Okay, so when you set out to make Jessica Jones, there's an awful lot of people who have an awful lot of opinions as to who ought to play Jessica Jones. And for the people at Marvel and the people at Netflix and for Melissa and myself, there was one actor that we had in mind. And when she came in on the first day wearing a leather jacket and a pair of ripped jeans and some combat boots and told us that that's what she wears all the time, we sort of fell in love with, and we know that you will. It's an extraordinary performance. She's an extraordinary actress and a good friend, Krysten Ritter. Take a seat, guys.
Hello.
So, be patient. Mal.
Jeff?
This is a pretty big responsibility you took on. Tell us exactly how crazy are you?
It's been a pretty crazy ride. Jeff and I have been working on this for 4 years, I think, at this point. And to have it finally be sitting at a table with the show and the cast, it's been a long haul, and it is an extraordinary payoff.
Aaron, I know you can't talk very much about your character because it's Marvel, but tell me what the experience was like.
I mean, it was an amazing experience. I had worked with Melissa before, so I knew going into it that there was going to be a familiar person involved, and she kind of felt like, you know, in this industry, you meet some people very rarely who kind of become your work family in a way, so it was just a really nice feeling going into it. I trusted her so much, and then I got to know the cast, and I primarily just worked with Christian and Carrie-Anne, like these kick-ass women, like these strong women playing these amazing roles, and I was like, it's a dream. I was just happy to be a part of a show that was like this. I was happy to be a part of telling this story. It was amazing. It was surreal.
Ika? Again, playing Malcolm, not something we can talk a lot about yet, but how has this changed your life? What's it been like working on the show? And
Well, I'm sitting here in front of however many people there are in this room, so that's a big change in itself. It's amazing to be here. Malcolm, they've got the Punisher up there somewhere about to snipe at me if I say anything, so there's really not much. He got it. He gets me. No, when we meet him, he's in a really kind of dark space, and for me to be able to go there every day was actually something unique and different that I haven't had the opportunity to do before, and yeah, so it was a joy, and to see it actually put on screen now of like the kind of tumultuous experience that it was for a lot of us, it's such a reward because this show kicks ass.
Will, you know, I'm coming to you next. You'd worked with Mel before. When you got the call, what was your first reaction?
Actually, the better question is, what was my wife's first reaction? She fell on the floor and started crying and laughing at the same time. Yeah, we were pretty anxious about getting that kind of response from that audition. I had worked with Mel before. I'd worked with Aaron before. I've known Rachel for quite a number of years. So there was a lot of great things about going into this job that I was really excited about, other than the fact that I was going to be living in New York working on a Marvel television series.
Carrie-Anne, you've been in some of the biggest and most important things that have affected the people's lives in this room. I know that for some of you it'll come as a surprise that Jaren Hogarth is being played by a woman, but that was something that we really didn't take into consideration. We knew that you were right to play the part of Hogarth, and coming into this, you've been having fun?
Yeah, it's been great. I've been talking a lot today, obviously, about the show, and you pitched it to me on the telephone, and you did a great job. And then Melissa pitched it another layer of it, and then I read the script, and I'm telling you, every single one of these scripts, you guys, at some point during the reading of them, I went, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened. And it's rare for me because I read a lot of scripts. I'm very rarely surprised, like I see things coming. The writing is impeccable. It's incredible. The storyline is so rich, and our lead beautiful woman at the end there, she is amazing. So as someone who has, you know, as someone who's embodied like that female warrior, you know, action person that I have had the great pleasure to do it, to see Kristen Ritter do it on a whole nother level, I'm telling you, it's so exciting to be part of it. So I feel like, you know, I'm grateful to be with Marvel and Netflix and to feel all your energy here. It's exciting. I'm really thrilled. Thank you so much.
Rachel, Trish Walker,
Yes, Jeff Loeb.
you've been having fun. You get to be Jessica's best friend and confidant, and
Yes.
and actually the person who knows more about her secrets than anybody else.
Yeah, what a great part. And you know, the canon of Marvel history, the information that's available for me in this part is so epic. And Melissa had really good advice in terms of handling it, that was about staying on this show in each episode, so that was very valuable. But really, you know, one of the reasons why I wanted to do this part is because of the richness of the female friendship. And Melissa has done this amazing thing that you know, the friendship between Jessica and Trish is flawed and complicated and loving, and you know, there's all these different little shades of, you know, jealousy in there, and real life girlfriend kind of stuff that we have with our sisters, and I haven't seen that depicted on television quite in that way. And then when I heard Kristen Ritter was playing Jessica Jones, there is no other actress that can, you know, embody the kind of, you know, deep emotional backstory stuff that's needed and still make it super sassy and funny and has this kind of dark humor through stuff. So yeah, it's pretty rad. We had fun.
Mike, without giving anything away, I'm going to jump ahead a little bit because these folks probably know that after completing the 6 months of shooting that we did on this show, you got about 2 hours sleep, had a beautiful baby girl, and then we put you right back to work. You're shooting right now, Luke Cage.
I like that. I like it. I like it. So. Well, so everything Jeff said is true. I signed on, and it was like basically signing on to a new best friend. Marvel is all-encompassing. It seems so long ago that Kristen and I were in a room in sometimes, I think, November of last year, doing this kind of, you know, reading thing and chemistry read and stuff, and just, you know, even then I didn't know what we were getting into, and I remember talking to Melissa and Jeff in a room, and I was trying to figure out, well, what is Luke Cage and how are we going to do this, and they were giving me these vague answers like Marvel would, but they were reassuring me that it's gonna be okay, you know, like, no, just sign the paper, everything's gonna be fine, just, it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be great, you're gonna love it, it's gonna change your life for the better, and I'm just like, but where are the scripts, can I see something, anything, and you know, and I don't know how, I mean, Jeff has a poker face, I don't know how, I didn't see anything, I'm like, okay, yeah, and so here I am, and you know, when I did get the scripts from the lovely Melissa Rosenberg, the scenes that she wrote were so simple but so real and so grounded. And I remember her pulling me aside and said, listen, if I'm writing, I know it's different maybe from you, as you know, from your point of view. I said, everything you're saying seems right to me. I'm totally on board. I was really happy that they would give me a chance to build Luke's character very slowly. And so yes, we are working on Luke Cage right now, and it's gonna be a different world, but Jessica's world is really cool, and I'm happy to be a part of it. This is just a great cast, and the only bad part about it is I didn't get to work with a lot of these other actors on this panel, but I'm sure in the future we will work a lot together.
Yeah.
Kristen, they obviously, everyone on this panel has said such lovely things about you that I thought I would change things up for you a little bit, and there's obviously an empty chair here, and there is a story about Jessica's background and how, I mean, let's be honest, damaged she is. And that is brought about because of some really terrible things that a terrible man who doesn't see himself as being terrible, by the name of Kilgrave, who is played by David Tennant. Can you tell us what it was like coming to the set and working with David?
Oh, man. I love you too, thank you. David Tennant is magic. And watching him work, I learned a lot from him. His performance and his range. He could be funny and then incredibly vulnerable, scary, all of those things in just one small turn. He was also a joy to be around, and one of the best scene partners I could have ever asked for. And to expand on that, Jeff said from the beginning, we'll give you the best cast, the best writers, the best special effects, the best music, and he did that, and thank you.